This bridge building factory is running hot.
Just waiting on some more steel. Okay. Good enough to build about 3 trusses.
The company is expanding overseas, but that's just 5 to 10% of its business. Most customers are local.
We rely fairly heavily on the government infrastructure program, so we have our ups and downs at the moment. We're in a good phase and the factory's busy.
But delays in government funding could hit hard.
Early next year we're seeing a lull that we're looking to full, of course, but through the back half of this year we're okay.
And that's showing up in official figures, with government investment diving 3.9% in the June quarter as infrastructure projects were completed or delayed. Australia's economy grew by more than expected in the 3 months, at 0.6% and 1.8% for the year. It was boosted by household spending on Easter holidays and end of financial year sales, which meant Australians saved less of their money, driving down the household savings ratio. Government spending also rose, mainly on Medicare and the pharmaceutical benefits scheme.
It's a very welcome and substantial pickup in growth in our economy. The particularly pleasing part of this is that our economy is gathering momentum in the face of some pretty substantial global economic headwinds.
And while productivity picked up in the quarter, workers are no more productive than they were 6 years ago.
Over the year, it's still basically flat, and on a rolling 5-year, on a rolling 10-year, it's still actually slightly negative. So we have a long way to go to increase productivity growth.
Economists say while households did most of the heavy lifting, they may not continue to spend at the same pace.
We also saw consumers spending more on food after the weather-related impacts to Queensland and New South Wales, and the bad flu season meant that people were spending more on medical services. I do think that a lot of these are more one-offs, and we're likely to see a softer pace of growth for the consumer in the next quarter.
Mark Robson has seen his spending increase from last year, mostly on groceries and other necessary expenses.
I've been lucky. I've got a good job with a steady income, but I set aside some money to pay for the petrol and the food and groceries, and it just always seems to run out before payday comes around again.
The purchasing manager is nearing retirement and having trouble putting aside any extra savings.
I've got enough money in the bank, in my super, to feed myself for quite a few years to come and put a roof over my head. It's the other things like the better car or the holiday in Europe. I just can't see that happening at the moment. I've got 2 or 3 years left now working to pour some money into super, and it's just not happening.
With economic growth higher than the Reserve Bank's expectations and inflation back in the target range, most economists say a September rate cut is unlikely. However, financial markets continue to expect another cut in November.
Our expectation is that we'll definitely have one more rate cut this year. And whether it turns to 2, this data is now probably suggests that's unlikely.
As the economy attempts to spark back into life.